Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. We're taking a very quick look here at Bitcoin. It's not going to be super in depth just because it's kind of a traditional market or they're closed. It's a holiday, Good Friday. So in essence, we're going to probably just see some kind of stagnant, very uneventful price action. It may actually even come down. It's kind of, you can treat today kind of like a weekend. Okay, it's the best way to describe it. So that's kind of how we're at, or where we're at. What we want to look at though is just some quick liquidation data on the back end, and then recognize the CME gap that is currently being formed. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, thanks again for being an awesome part of my life. More importantly, thank you so much for those who've been supporting the channel for years. It's been an awesome journey. Thank you very much for always hitting that like button, commenting below, letting me know what your thoughts are here. Where are you at with Bitcoin? Are you long or are you short? Or maybe just a hodler and you don't care about all that stuff. Take a look here at Bitcoin. We're smack dab in the middle of a pretty big range. Okay, so we're getting closer though to the lower support range of about 83 to 82,000. There is a lot of liquidation there, just as there is upwards of 87, 88, but we're technically closer to that. So hypothetically, we see that sooner. That doesn't really tell us too much. So honestly, folks, don't read into that. It's nothing to really care about, but it's important to be mindful. If we get closer to 83,000, there's a good chance we see a pretty significant candle wick down to destroy any of those longs there. Taking a look here, liquidation delta is effectively drawing dead in a lot of ways, kind of just breaking even for lack of better terms. So that doesn't tell us too much either. Open interest does imply that we have a lot of resistance at 85,000. We've known this for a while. And same thing with 85.5 and 86,000. So pretty much we can presume 85 to 86K is that strong resistance range. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at. But open interest is heavy there, kind of implying a lot of folks are buying in between 85 and 86, therefore reinforcing support too. So it's kind of an interesting thing. It's like a double-edged sword there. Let's take a quick look at CME futures here. There were no CME gaps as of yesterday. I'll have to kind of create this and redraw this out here. I won't bother with it right now, but just keep in mind, CME futures did close at approximately 85,300. So at this point, as a rough estimate, we are deficient by roughly about 1,000. It's a small percent, but what that basically just boils down to is that we could see the price action recover back to about the 85 to 85.3 mark sometime in the next a few days. And what I mean by that is just generally speaking, when you have a CME gap created on the weekends, if that gap opens up, we have that open on Sunday when traditional markets open again for CME futures, and at that point, we can recognize the price will probably continue back up to that same area. So just say we stay at 84,000 all weekend long, we may push back up to 85K on Monday or Sunday afternoon, effectively. Okay, so that's kind of what could happen. Is that a guarantee? No, but it does incentivize the price to move in that direction. So this gap is actually a positive sign in a lot of ways, with there being selling pressure here so far today. Keep in mind, volume is super low, so it's very untrustworthy. There's not much else to really note here except that Bitcoin is still exuding some bullish behaviors, more bullish than bearish. So I'm leaning more towards price continuing higher towards 86,000. We got a candle wake up to about 85.5 yesterday, so that was a nice close call. But for the most part, ever since that happened, the price is kind of fizzling out. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just kind of pull back to this 83.5, 84,000 range and just maybe potentially pivot off that level. Just don't expect amazing things this weekend. It's low volume today, including that. So treat today and tomorrow obviously like a weekend. It's a 3-day weekend for traditional markets, which implies that crypto may take a break this weekend. We'll see here. I'm hoping we see low volatility and just kind of this price go sideways. Come Monday, we come back up to fill that CME gap and back on track. That's what I'm hoping for. Do we get what we want in crypto? Not always, but it is a fun environment regardless. So I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thanks again so much for watching. Enjoy the holiday. Don't forget to spend time with your family. Do what's valuable to you, and make sure you refill your own personal cup there, and make sure that you are in a position where you're going to be doing much better. By taking some time away from the charts. You don't have to do this all day, every day. Okay, just because it's my job doesn't mean it has to be your job. Come on, let me do the work for you. All right, folks, hope you have a good rest of your day. At this point, I look forward to working with you if you want to become a better trader. CryptoCash.tech is the site, link down below. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Take care.